Well, hello there, my friends, in Miss Donovan and Miss Cherry's class. It's Miss Bryant here again. I am here to read you another story. So today's story we're going to read is The Art Lesson. And the art lesson is written by Tommy DePaula. The Art Lesson. Tommy knew he wanted to be an artist when he grew up. He drew pictures everywhere he went. It was his favorite thing to do. His friends had favorite things to do too. Jack collected all kinds of turtles. Herbie made huge cities in his sandbox. Jeannie, Tommy's best friend, could do cartwheels and stand on her head. But Tommy just drew and drew. His twin cousins who were already grown up, were in art school learning how to be real artists. They told him not to copy and to practice, practice, practice. So he did. Tommy put his pictures up on the wall of his half of the bedroom. His mom put them up all around the house. His dad took them to the barber shop where he worked. Tom and Nana, Tommy's Irish grandfather and grandmother, had his pictures in their grocery store. Nana Fall River, his Italian grandmother, put one in a special frame on the table next to the photograph of Aunt Chloe in her wedding dress. Once Tommy took a flashlight and a pencil under its covers and he drew pictures on his sheets. But when his mom changed the sheets on Monday and found them, she said, "No more drawing on the sheets, Tommy." His mom and dad were having a new house built, so Tommy drew pictures of what it would look like when it was finished. When the walls were up, one of the carpenters gave Tommy a piece of bright blue chalk. Tommy took the chalk and drew beautiful pictures all over the unfinished walls. But when the painters came, his dad said, "That's it, Tommy, no more drawing on walls." Tommy couldn't wait until go to kindergarten. His brother Joe told him that there was a real art teacher who came to the school to give art lessons. "When do we have art lessons?" Tommy asked the kindergarten teacher. "Oh, you won't have art lessons until next year," said Mrs. Bird. "But we're going to paint pictures tomorrow." It wasn't much fun. The paint was awful. The paper got all wrinkly. Mrs. Bird made paint by pouring different colors of powder into different jars and mixing them with water. The paint didn't stick to the paper very well and it cracked. If it was windy and Tommy carried his picture home, the paint blew right off the paper. "At least you get more than one piece of paper in kindergarten," his brother Joe said. "When the art teacher comes, you only get one piece." Tommy knew the art teacher came to school every other Wednesday. He could tell she was an artist because she wore a blue smock over her dress and she always carried a big box of thick colored chalks. Once Tommy and Janine looked at the drawings that were hung up in the hallway. They were done by the first graders. "Your picture will be much better," Jeannie told Tommy. "Next year, when you have real art lessons, you'll be the best one." Tommy could hardly wait. He practiced all summer. Then on his birthday, which was right after school began, his mom and dad gave him 64 Crayola crayons. Regular boxes of crayons had just red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, brown, and black. This box had so many other colors: blue, violet, turquoise, red, orange, pink, and even gold, silver, and copper. "Class," said Miss Landers, "the first grade teacher next month, art teacher, will come to our room. So on Monday, instead of singing, we will practice using our crayons." On Monday, Tommy gave his 64 crayons to school. Miss Landers was not pleased. "Everyone must use the same crayons," she said. "School crayons." School crayons only had 8 colors. As Miss Landers passed them out to the class, she said, "These crayons are school property. Do not break them or peel off the paper or wear down the points." "How am I supposed to practice being an artist with school crayons?" Tommy asked Jack and Herbie. "That's enough, Tommy," Miss Landers said. "And I want to take those birthday crayons home and leave them there. And Joe was right. They only got one piece of paper. Finally, the day of the art lessons came. Tommy could hardly sleep that night. The next morning, he hid that box of 64 crayons under his sweater and he went off to school. He was ready. The classroom door opened and in walked in the art teacher. Mrs. Landers said, "Class, this is Miss Bowers, the art teacher. Patty, who was our paper monitor this week, will give you each a piece of paper. And remember, don't ruin it because it's the only piece that you're going to get. Now pay attention to Miss Bowers." Oh, I hope Miss Bowers makes this really fun for Tommy. I don't want him to be disappointed or sad because he's been looking forward to meeting her for a whole year. "Class," Miss Bowers began, "because Thanksgiving is not too far away, we will learn how to draw a pilgrim man and a pilgrim woman and a turkey. Watch carefully. Copy me." Copy? Copy? Tommy knew that real artists didn't copy. This was terrible. This was supposed to be real art lesson. He folded his arms and he sat there. "Now what's the matter, Miss Landers?" asked Tommy. Tommy looked at her, passed, and spoke right to Miss Bowers. "I am going to be an artist when I grow up. And my cousins told me that real artists don't copy. And besides, Miss Landers won't let me use my 64 Crayola crayons." "Well, well," Miss Bowers said. "What are we going to do?" She turned to Miss Landers and they whispered together. Miss Landers nodded. "Now, Tommy," Miss Bowers said, "it wouldn't be fair to let you do something different from the rest of the class, but I have an idea. If you draw your pilgrim man and woman and your turkey, and there's a little time left, you can give another piece of paper and you can draw your own picture with your own crayons. Can you do that?" "Oh, I'll try," Tommy said with a big, big smile. And he did. And he did. And he still does. Oh, I love the end of that story. I feel like that was a super good compromise. Super good compromise that even though he had to do what the class was doing, that art teacher knew that Tommy was a serious artist. So he got his drawing lesson in how to draw a pilgrim and a pilgrim woman and a man and a turkey. And then he got to draw his own picture. I think that those teachers, Mrs. Landers and Mrs. Bowers, knew exactly what they were doing. All right, boys and girls, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Don't forget to go outside and play. I miss you so much. Talk to you soon. Love from Miss Bryant.